Action party. It's not every day that we can celebrate Leah and the wisdom of America in the same night.
True.
Is Leah still here? She's there. You are.
Wisdom of America
And Leah.
Foolish man.
Yes, I know. I'm not the smartest.
Dennis McBride is making America great again.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Not,
G's making America great again.
not that other guy, Dennis McBride.
That still didn't happen.
I'd like to read this sweet poem that Jeff Etwin just gifted me with.
Yeah.
I may. This is beautiful, Jeff. Thank you so much. Labor loveless and dim, a sanitary cold life plods, longing escape, not into fresh air, but an air clogged with lavender and fir and lemon weed. I would throw it from this parapet of indentured service, tumbling green and brown, eyes broken, breathlessly wet trees, open flowers, crushed. Thank you, Jeff. So I wrote down a couple notes in honor of Leah. Let's see if I can find them. Oh yeah. At the 82nd Avenue Fred Meyer today, I saw my first Let's Make America Fillet Again t-shirt. So that was kind of inspiring. That pumped me up. I've always considered Leah one of the angels of all doors open and closed, so this is for her. Let me tell you this, the 10-year-old neighbor girl says. I'm going to satirize the shit out of whichever sociopath wins. In this sullen interregnum, rainbows are illusions to puke on. My girlfriend Brenda and I have decided that staying on Facebook all day scrolling through the news feeds inanity is best for our relationship. Separately, without consulting or sharing with the other, we each post something akin to aliens seeking other aliens to talk about our feelings of abandonment. Whenever I get random pains like right now on my anus, I figure it's the 10-year-old neighbor girl testing out her new voodoo doll. You've got issues, Brenda said. It all started, baby, when I oozed from the womb of Michigan with hardly more life than a mannequin. Then the muse infused me with madness, inspired my wordplay of rage and sadness. Isn't that nice, honey? No, she says. There was no one left in the world but us. Then tomorrow I wake up to President-elect Hillary promising a moon made of plastic. I'm also with her, the sociopathic ghost of Margaret Thatcher says. After the porn shoot, the midget and the man walk into the next room holding hands. And I'm asking you, animal abusers, to put yourself in the slug shoes for just a couple inches of its crawl. That's all. Hold the salt. It's just as radiant as you from a different point of view. Portland Marathon, 7 a.m., chain smoking with Bloody Mary and fist, reclining in lawn chair. I flashed my wisdom sign. Stop abusing your bodies! Neither God, evolution, nor aliens designed humans to run 26.2 miles on concrete. I start chanting, please take a break! Please take a break! Preteen girls middle-fingered my face. Meanwhile, parents send their kids to die for a few acres of mud, and the Chicago Cubs won a World Series for once. Fuck the Cubs, 1908 Ty Cobb says. When the prophesied killer bees of the 1970s did not come, I knew that all media stories were bullshit. At the Post-Coital Cerebral Center, I seek a philosophy to get me through winter. The prophet guarding the wasteland's door said, go ahead and enter. I want to die anyway. Grandma always said, the dark cloud is wherever you are. Meanwhile, somebody wins the lottery somewhere. She also said, accept your misery with a smile. Know ye not that life is a torturous trial? The scarecrow threw the girl through a window. I will not set my house in order. My lover is chaos. I can't risk her loss. Overheard at the coffee shop. I wish I liked your poems, but I don't. The hapless poet answered, I'm going to the ocean now. Even the great ones drown. When someone says to me, you suck, I say not for free. Meanwhile, I'm developing enlightenment suppositories. Just stick one up your ass and become a creature of light with no fucking attachment issues. The spiders hanging alone like poets after an open mic, waiting to eat or mate to keep the farce going. Around and around the heaviness I write so it doesn't crush me. Not a day goes by that I don't worry about the evil dolphins. Brenda says I was laughing in my sleep. We have our election checklist. Hillary mask, check. Trumpy mask, check. Viagra, check. Psychological readiness and set go for the Riding to Gomorrah roleplay, check. In the aftermath, we each leave on our own way, you in color, me in gray. I've always had a passion for insurance, the 20-something says. Liar, her friend says. I like to write about the hurts and hallelujahs that happen to humans when they leave their rooms. Yet the blockage in my work is a willful refusal to let you go from my mind, so I write from the inconsolable point of view of this blockage. This explains a lack of happiness in the text, and the desperate search for consolation in every squirrel and sunbeam. Sometimes it helps to say a prayer to my future dead self, but only temporarily. There's no help coming, as Dennis says. Necrophiliacs are often uninspiring poets, the 10-year-old neighbor girl says, but persistence lays strange eggs. In deceased heaven, California, there's a serious lack of sleep. Patrons speak of placenta eating, God in a headlock going down with memories of C-minuses and a pencil stub, lipsticked bones sunning on megaliths amid pecking pigeons, and California, here we come, on the radio and what once was mind, and all those zany sperm cells swimming in a literature of crazy toilet bowl moon moans and a what went wrong song, and we go on. When I forget I have a girlfriend, I write a poem about forgetting I have a girlfriend. I write poems because I'm blocked from doing what I want. I'll write poems at my own funeral. I'll be that logophile in an urn of ash. Leave me, just read me if you miss me. Meanwhile, the 10-year-old neighbor girl wrote an autumn haiku. The air smells angry. Soul's monologue stays in. Anxiety wins. People are sleazy, the world gone wrong. I'm feeling pretty queasy, can't we get along? I used to be drug-free, now gotta hit that bong. Hit that bong. You've gone over your 2 minutes, bitch, Trump just mumbled. The mind parasites are pissed that great people exist, and I can't stop thinking about that old man yelling at a cloud. Best if I'd learned to plow. Brains can't save me now. Brenda says I was laughing in my sleep. She advises me to visualize filling in the little holes in my aura. I'm fucking trying, baby, but the booze keeps leaking out. I felt so old today I called a 40-year-old man son. Gonna find, fall in love with, and lick a hallucinogenic toad. Gonna take this clown and rant act on the road. Got my going to Alaska bag packed with knickknacks from 1,000 lives. Got love's legacy, a nervous eyelid tick. Gonna swing and miss at 1,000 pitches in the cold. Most likely they'll dump the poet's ashes in the toilet, the 10-year-old neighbor girl says. To combat the blues, I sometimes play peekaboo with my coworker Jerry. Normally a game for age 3 and under, but now necessary for me, it's gotten that bad. Do I smell good, she says. May I suck your thumb, I say. I'll be alright at the end, she says. It'll be alright at the end. And if it's not alright, then it's not the end. It's not alright, I say. She scans my brain as I'm dying. Oh, perfect, she says. You're all set to come back as a male praying mantis whose face and brains will be chewed off slowly and painfully by your wife. Isn't that nice? What? Are you sick? It's because you stole a cookie when you were 2. Because you said boo to your mom twice. And most importantly, because you decided to be a poet, stupid. Same thing happened to Buddha. Meanwhile, most human beings are actually deleting friends from existence for preferring one sociopath over another, or for choosing not to vote for one of the sociopaths at all. And yes, these people who delete their friends are sick, and sick people do not deserve to be deleted. Meanwhile, I'm just trying to invent a sentence that gets me from one moment to the next, and the subject of each poem I write is the celebration of my decision to not kill myself yet. Yet the aliens have delayed the invasion due to the cuteness of squirrels playing peekaboo behind trees. So it turns out that peekaboo is a pretty cool thing. Thank you.